Hello, everybody. We are here, me and Anderson today
How
on
y'all
the
doing?
podcast today. I'm excited.
Bro, I am too.
Podcast 2. I hope that you guys, are joining in, all of you. First of all, my name is Emmanuel, just how you guys saw in the lower third over here. My name is Emmanuel Dialba.
And I'm Anderson Sandoval, and we're glad to be here with you all.
Yeah, bro. We were just so excited to be all of you guys. If you guys could smash that like button.
Yeah, share it, please. Share it with your friends. Be like, these dudes right here, they're doing like something great. And wait for the topics that we're going to have this year.
Yeah, bro.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. You guys going to have so much fun.
It's going to go crazy on our topics. Like, we're just excited to be here always. First of all, how's your day been, bro?
It's been pretty cool. Work was kind of tough today, not gonna lie.
Really?
Because it was cold, like here in Utah, guys. If you don't know, if you don't live here in Utah, like it been snowing like crazy this past couple of weeks. So I don't know why it's March already and we still having snow. I'm getting depressed, not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude, I just want the snow. It's spring break for me. I'm in college, bro, and already, like I'm like, how is this still snowing out there? You know what I mean?
Like, it's called spring break for a reason.
Honestly, bro, but whatever. Anyway, other than that, our topic today is about how is music influencing us, basically. I forgot to mention we have our background. So far, it's only me. I don't know if you guys saw the post on Instagram, but we didn't get a picture soon enough for this guy. But for now, it's just me because we only had a picture for me right now.
It's not gonna be there, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be there. Don't worry about it. My boy right here is gonna be here. We're gonna make sure we have a picture of him and post him on this thing.
Manny, can we do a real quick? He's like, you gotta be after, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I gotta make sure everything's set, But don't worry about it. Next time we'll have it. We'll have your boy. And in this thing,
for sure, and for all of you guys wondering, like, how often we're gonna be doing our podcast, it's gonna be every 2 weeks. So
every 2 weeks,
yeah, because we got some how's it called? Yeah, that's my voice right there. That's my voice. So we had some ¿Cómo se dice cuando te dan información?
We'll give you information.
No, like when someone's like tell you, you know what, like, why didn't you guys like? It's like I forgot, honestly. En español es Well, what I'm saying is, like, some of you guys ask us why we didn't like go live last week, and now we gotta say this so you all are not expecting us every week,
Yeah. Honestly, we just come every 2 weeks because we have things to do.
Yeah, we are busy people.
Yeah, so he has a job and I have school and things to do and like other things to do. So we'll just try to do it every other week. And just have it ready every other week. We usually have a meeting of what we're gonna talk about, and other than that, let's just get our topic started, bro. Yeah. I'm excited for this topic, honestly.
Yeah, honestly. But before we start, I just want to say hi to Pandita Paisano, brother. We love you. We really appreciate you. Thanks for those blessings. You're the man. You know that.
Thanks for the comment.
Yeah.
Thanks for the comment. And
guys, comment. Please comment. Share it with your friends. Hit that like button. Like, we are on Facebook, so you can hear it. You can care about it. Don't laugh about it. Okay, it's not fun. Well, it is fun. It is fun. You can do whatever you want. It's your decision. But please share these videos so it can get to more people.
If you're on Facebook, share it. If you're on YouTube, just give us a like because it like pushes.
And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe, guys, because
it's free and it's gonna help us a lot. We're gonna grow so much, guys. Just wait for it. All
right, so let's get to the freaking topic.
Let's get.
We talk too much about ourselves, honestly.
I know. You're so selfish.
I know, bro. All right, let's start the topic. So the problem of music today, and so we were talking about this on our meeting.
Yeah.
Right. The other day we went to Starbucks. Shout out to
Starbucks. We went to they don't sponsor us, so this is what I'm gonna say. We went to this coffee shop.
Very popular.
Very popular. It has a green background, so that's the opposite.
And a mermaid. So, yeah. You probably know what we were talking about.
If you want us to say your name, just sponsor us. Easy like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sponsor us, bro. What the heck?
We could have your coffee right here.
Yeah, but because of that, we're just having our phones here.
Yeah. Sadly. Oh well.
All right, so our topic today, like I said, is the problem of music. And for the first thing I want to hit though is like, what is it that about music that? What do you think? I'm gonna ask you. What do you think is about music that makes it so appealing?
Okay, so we're gonna start with the Bible already, because
Heck yeah,
as you might know, we are Christians.
Yeah.
So we're Christian guys.
We-
Don't look at us like weird. We're like we make mistakes too, but we're Christians.
Yeah.
So we're
obviously.
gonna start with this. Like since the beginning of the times, like you can read in the Bible that Satan, when he was called Luzbel, I don't know how to say it in English. I think that's the same name in English. Lucifer, yeah.
Lucifer.
So he was in charge of worship on heaven. So he was kind of like the worship leader, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
And
shout out to Josué Cantor.
Yeah, shout out to Josué. Shout out to Hermana Paula. Shout out to Hermano Cantor. You already know.
Shout out to all of you.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the worship leaders.
For real.
Give it a like
real.
if you're a worship leader.
If you're a worship leader, give it a like. If you're on the worship team, give it a like.
If you breathe air, give it a like.
Oh, yeah.
Especially that.
Don't forget that. Even though if you're in the in the ocean and you're breathing
Water?
bubbles. I don't know. If you're watching this in the ocean, I don't know.
All right.
Anyways, so like I was saying, he was in charge of that, and when he got kicked out of heaven, you know, like music, it's like a big thing nowadays.
Right.
And who controlled that in heaven? He kind of had control over it, you know.
Right.
So he was like, you know what? I got kicked out of heaven. What I think is like, he was like, you know what? This is like a tool that I have so I can get them apart from him too. Because like we worship God with music too.
Right.
But music, it's como dijo nuestro pastor, la música es amoral, you know. It can
Right.
either be constructive or destructive.
Right.
So nowadays, I believe that most of the music is destructive. If you listen to the top hits, it's talking about drugs. It's talking about sex. It's talking about, I don't know, committing crimes. A lot of music nowadays, it talks about depression.
Right.
And a lot of people, when they're depressed, is listening to that music. And I'm like, my boy, if you're depressed, listen to someone like not depressing, you know?
I think what's so appealing about the music today is that the fact that most of it just like, right, like you said, it talks about like depression or sadness, or especially like hip hop music. Most of the hip hop music, most of it is about like talking about, you know, killing yourself, or not killing yourself, not really, but it talks about more like about shooting, violence, like drinking, women, drugs. And it's like, you know, it's whatever. Like, I mean, it's like, that's what makes it so appealing, because like so many kids nowadays, they think like, well, I gotta, you know, fit in that sense.
Exactly.
And
I was going to say that.
maybe like people that don't never like drank, or you never did smoke weed, never did anything like that. They probably like think, oh, well, maybe I want to make them curious to do those things and start doing like sleeping with girls. I mean, it definitely affected me when I was like in the world and listening to that kind of music. It definitely affected me of like, man, I want to try that stuff. Definitely want to try like doing drugs, and definitely try sleeping with women or doing those things. And my friends like around me would do it just because of that music. Well,
Yeah.
because of what it talked about, you know what I mean? And they would be like listening to that, and it just really goes towards what we like as humans, and
Of course.
and our sinful nature.
Or desires and all that.
Yeah, our own desires. It really just goes towards that. You know, I think that's what's so appealing about.
Gamaliel was like, what about us in YouTube? Gamaliel, just subscribe, hit the like button, bro.
Like that, smash it, smash that,
Smash
that like button like that.
Don't break your phone though. Don't break your phone.
Smash it though, smash that like button, and thank you for the comment.
Yeah,
because
I'm
that's
expose
what's-
you, bro. I'm expose you. He was the guy who told you why you guys didn't post a video this week, and I'm like, oh, bro, it's gonna be every 2 weeks. Sorry for not telling.
It's every 2 weeks, bro. It's because we didn't mention it last week. We didn't really like. We just kind of started it last week, and we just didn't really know what how this is gonna work. But we already had our meeting, and we're planning to every 2 other week.
You guys show too much love to that video that we want to keep doing this. So keep showing that love, or even more, so we can be like more how's it called? More excited about this, so we don't get discouraged.
Yeah, discouraged.
Yeah.
And also the question is like, what about the music makes it so appealing. So if you guys have any input on it, you guys could comment, and we'll checking out your comments and seeing what you guys saying, and we'll mention it. We'll talk about it.
If you're seeing this after we are done, if we're not live no more,
Right.
and you're looking at this right now, you can still comment. We're gonna check your comments, and whenever we bring this topic again, we're gonna put you guys in the video. Okay.
Right. We'll put it in the video. All right. So continuing this topic. So what else like do you find appealing about the music? It's just,
Wow, pretty much.
what was it about you that you thought was so appealing back when you would listen to it?
Back in the day, well, I love rap. I love rap, and I also like write music.
Right.
So what I think it makes it so appealing is like you see stuff that people likes, even though if you don't like it, you might not like those things.
Right.
But you see people like dancing, having fun, and you want to take it to another level, You probably want to take it to another level, and they start making that music like they're not just like dancing no more, they're smoking while dancing.
Right.
And like that's getting expectations up for those people that are listening to this music, because like it might be just like, oh my god, I want to go to a party and stuff, like just to have the experience, But like music goes like, yeah, we go to the party, we dance, we have alcohol, we have drugs, we have sex, and then you're like, I low key want to do that, like just like you were saying,
Yeah. It entices you
exactly,
to do it.
exactly.
Right.
Like it teases you as well. It's like, it's like how would that be,
Yeah. Like it makes you kind of like curious, right?
If they're singing too much about it, it's because it's good, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what they might think. That's what I thought when I was doing those things. I was like, well, music talk about it, so like it might be good, I'm gonna give it a try. And like society starts like going deeper and deeper. And I was having a conversation with my mom a couple of days ago, and I'm exposed this guy. So we were like, she was like, why do like your generation love Bad Bunny so much?
Right.
And I was like, well, it's a taboo for you all. But like back in your days, you like this music that was a taboo for my grandma and my grandpa. Like they didn't like you when you were listening or dancing to this music.
Right.
And now you guys don't like when we dance and listen to this music. And I'm not saying I'm doing it because I suck at dancing, okay?
Okay.
But what I want to say is like, since the beginning of the times, music was created, this and blah, blah, blah. Like music being going down, You have Benny King back in the days, if you were in the world.
Right.
You're like, well, Benny King is like, he have a lot of hits. And then you listen to like Guns N' Roses. And for the people that listen to Benny King, Guns N' Roses is like, oh my gosh, that's so much. That's so
right.
satanic, this and blah,
yeah,
blah.
people would say them.
And people nowadays say Guns N' Roses are classics.
Right.
Why? Because it's not a taboo no more, because they like normalized it.
And things have changed since then. But if you notice, like even back then with the music, I listened to a lot of the Beatles. My favorite band was the Beatles of back in the day. And I look at them like, oh, that's so classic. And it's so different from now. Like, even like the Beatles wouldn't even rap. Like, not rap. They wouldn't swear or talk about not necessarily drugs or anything like that. But they wouldn't swear as much as like much of rock today or rock that is sung today nowadays. But most of it, like nowadays, like people like that in that type of music, they talk about like sadness or like losing a girlfriend or losing a loved one. They focus a lot of like really dark stuff.
Yeah.
And they did too, but they were a little bit more different because they were in a generation where it was in the 60s and they had like to do drug, like there was like things like drugs, LSD, like those kind of drugs, those kind of hardcore drugs, and their music is really like into that kind of stuff. For example, literally have a song called LSD called Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and it's just literally about, it's not about LSD, but they derived it from that, like Lucy in the Sky, and it's just like.
And if you've done that, like I'm not saying you've done it, but like if you've done that, like you might understand why they did that song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, because it's just like it caters to the hallucinations, caters to all those kind of people, and now it's like it's changed, but the point is that it hasn't changed the reach of like it hasn't changed the fact that it's trying to reach something that you as human wants to pleasure. You know what I mean? That's what's so appealing about the music so nowadays.
If you guys don't know, we have a Houses of Life here in our church. And you were talking about this yesterday in your class. It's like we are hostile to God in this aspect, you know, like we kind of like are afraid since what happened in the garden,
in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, so like since then, since we're like we have sinful nature, we're kind of like tempted to do sinful things.
We're tempted to. Our nature is to do things that are wrong. Our nature is to go towards things that we our flesh wants, our flesh likes. So our flesh likes to get pleasures out of drugs, pleasures out of sex, pleasures out of things in the world.
And music is making these like more loud, so like everyone can listen to it. You know, it's like everyone have access. It's like, oh yeah, I have a like rapper nowadays. My plug is like in the corner of the block, and now the plugs stand in the corner of the block, so they're like, okay, so music is talking about like that gaming man spot, like, you know, like it kind of happens, like at least in my country happens like that.
So you're right. But, well, when you would make music, would you do that? Like when you would make music with yourself, would you just like sing music just because it was like popular in that sense? Or I mean, you probably experienced some of that. I'm not.
Of course. Well, my music was more like conscious rap, not Christian rap. It's conscious rap. You know, like it kind of like I want people to like be real. You know, it's like your diamonds are not real. You're living a fake life.
Oh, so you were like being like legit about it.
I was being legit about it, but like what I'm trying to say is that I used to swear a lot in my songs. Why? Even swearing is a sin. You guys know that, right?
Right.
So here's the thing. It's easier when you have like a bigger vocabulary than when you have to like be more conscious about what you're gonna rap about, at least in rap. Because if you're gonna make a Christian rap, you don't have to swear. You have to use the right words.
Right.
All the lights are on you. So if you make a mistake, my boy, you're done.
Yeah,
so
you're basically done.
Yeah. And it's so easy to make music nowadays. And I mean, I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, everyone can have a hit. Because like they gotta have pre-production, post-production. They are being sponsored by these big companies and all that. So not everyone can make a hit, but everyone can talk about what they're talking. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But so your music was more like catered to like more like realistic, like, oh yeah. I don't got money.
Or like what happened, like story of my life, you know, like I've been through this, how I go over it, stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, Aldo El Aldeano, which is one of my favorite rappers, he's not Christian though. He focused more in like conscious rap. He helped me a lot with that because he have a song called Voices that he talk about mental health, you know. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's like these people that are like they're not right from up here, and they've been having these like hallucinations, even though they're not doing drugs. You know, like mental health is a big thing.
Right.
So like it says like these demons have like and even speaking about demons, it's called "Love Yours" by J. Cole, I think so. It says in one of his bars like, I hate having demons inside of me because they're always inviting more.
Oh, dang. That's what he says.
That's pretty deep if you think about it. And coming from J. Cole, which is like really famous and for me, one of the greatest rappers of all time. It makes sense, you know, like.
Yeah, it makes sense what he says.
He's a pretty real rapper. I will say he's legit about it. What I like about a lot of rappers nowadays, they're not on the top because they don't talk about what everyone talks, you know?
Yeah.
Because everyone is talking about, oh my gosh, we want to go to the club, we want to go have fun, this and this and blah blah blah. But these other rappers are like, you know what? Depression is real, but you can deal with it.
Right.
Even though they don't put cries that it should be,
They're like the solution.
Yeah.
But
they try to like keep it real, you know.
You're right about that because like there's this one rapper. I don't know. He wasn't like famous. He was like kind of. I think you might know who he was.
Proves my point right there.
Yeah, because he you might know who he is. His name is Hobson.
Hobson.
Do you know who that is?
Holly. Back in it's it an old rapper.
He's kind of. I don't know. He wasn't like popular either. Like he was just kind of like underground, but he kind of stayed there. It felt like that at least.
He fell on the ground.
But I don't know. He's not that. I haven't heard of him since I've stopped like really listening to that kind of music. Him and Fora. I don't know if you know who Fora is.
Fora, no.
So Fora was another rapper, and he kind of rapped about the same stuff. Like he was pretty conscious. He would just talk about like mental health and things like that. And I think even Hobson will talk about like he has a song about like why he doesn't believe in God, and he like raps about all this kind of stuff. But like the thing is, even with like that kind of music, it's still considered under like the kind of depression kind of music, because like you listen to that and then it just kind of leaves you of like, I mean, I guess you can deal with it, but like you just kind of call it like, yeah, I'm just dealing with my demons. Like I have my demons and it's just gonna stay there forever. Like,
I have to learn how to live with.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to live with my depression, live with my sadness, my anxiety,
which is pretty much every psychologist teach you nowadays. If you go to a session, it's like, well, we have to go through this, and you have to learn how to live with. And I'm like, nah, because I know a God that He freed me from my depression. Like He took away all those desires. Like He took away that desire that wanted to take my life away. Yeah. So I know there is an exit, you know.
Yeah, and that's the problem with these kind of music, and so that could be also appealing. Also, like that fact that they talk about real stuff. Yeah, they talk about these things, but like so many young kids like nowadays are just like looking into these people and these like rappers, and they like want to put themselves in there. Like, oh man, this guy like does drugs, and he looks like really rich, and he looks like he has everything. And so they just kind of put themselves in that. And
sadly, happiness is not the main main goal nowadays.
Right.
It's getting rich. Or die trying, like 50 Cent said.
Getting rich or die trying. Oh my
God. My bad. It was a bad joke.
Get rich or die trying. Or even what's his name?
Luigi Aurelio, qué bendición. Thank you, brother. La verdad, significa mucho. Dale like, compartirlo si te está gustando, por favor. Muchísimas gracias por tu comentario. Que Dios te bendiga grandemente.
Thank you for listening to us. Pandita says something. There's a spiritual power in the music to transmit the lyrics from the heart and soul and touch the emotions and feelings. That's why we have to be careful with what music we hear. And he's right.
Yeah, he's right.
He's right.
He's right. Bro, you're so smart. Wanna come over?
Come right now.
Come right now.
There's some spiritual stuff into it. Because he's right. Because like when you how do I say it? When you listen to that music, like the depression stuff, right? And like the real stuff, the conscious stuff. Let's talk about the conscious stuff, let's say. That could transmit to you.
Yeah.
Like that feeling could transmit to you. Like, oh man, I feel like that too. And now like kind of like
exactly.
It's
you
spiritual.
Think about it, it comes down here, and pretty much you're screwed. Because like remember, like the Bible said, que el corazón es engañoso.
Yeah.
So like, you don't even notice when that happened, you know. Like, and sometimes you have like those change of moods. You're moody all the time.
Yeah.
And you're like, why am I like this? And it's like. And you guys gonna be like, oh my gosh, que exagerados son. But like, it's the truth. Sadly, it's not me saying it's in the Bible. You can call the Bible a liar.
Yeah.
That's a sin.
Yeah, it's true. There's one more comment. I don't know if you could read it because every Spanish, but I'm not that good at it.
Bro, I don't have those comments. What?
All right, just read it on mine. Sorry, technical difficulties real quick.
Luigi Aurelio says, necesitamos muchas conversiones como estas porque somos instrumentos del Señor. And that's true. That's true what you were saying, bro. He's like, we need more conversions like this, conversations like this because we're from the Lord. And that's true. That's true, brother. Like, why? Oh, I just got that comment. Your phone is smarter than mine.
I know, man.
Do I have a smartphone? That's the real question.
You got the dumb phone. That's what you got. No, but
it's not from the Lord, probably.
It's true, though. It's true. We need conversations like these. Yeah. That's why we're doing this podcast. That's why you got to subscribe. That's why you got to give us a like, because we're getting conversations like this every week.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. My bad.
Every 2
weeks. I mean, it feels like every week because we have a meeting again.
Yeah. I mean, we low-key have a conversation like this during the week.
I know. So we're just hanging out. We're just like, hey, bro, what do you think about like aliens?
Demons. But that's going to be another topic.
That's a good topic, bro. It just flows.
You're so smart.
Anyway, but yeah, back to the topic of aliens. I mean, music.
Soon. Coming soon.
Back to the topic of music. Yeah, like it's spiritual. It could transmit into us and to, you know, I mean, it felt like me. That's one of the reasons why I was in drugs. Not the main reason. It's like probably like the fifth reason, but it was one of the reasons. It made me curious. It made me want to do it.
Of course.
And even like, it's suspicious because like kind of like Travis Scott, that situation happened. I know we're late to that news, but like you can't tell me that was kind of spiritual though.
It was spiritual. It was super. Like you just can't tell. You know, like how is that not spiritual? Like if you think about it, there is no reason why that shouldn't be spiritual.
I'm gonna be honest though. I think some of it was, not all of it. I think I don't know how true it is. I know this is like we're off topic a little bit. We're just gonna talk about it real quick. How true it is to like it was like a sacrifice, but I don't know.
Wow.
But
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't be surprised to me too.
Like I mean, it's like damn, that's sad. But it wouldn't surprise me because like you've seen these like rituals in back in the days in rock metal, or I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, rock metal
concerts. There were these rituals that they will kill a poor dove. You know, they're like, oh, it's a pigeon. Let's take their head off. I don't know.
Yeah, and they would just
that's kind of like a ritual if you think about it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a little weird, but
it's a rough topic to talk about.
Yeah.
It's a rough topic because maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. You know, we're nobody to judge. But if it was, like we were saying, it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah. All that's Travis Scott stuff. But at the end, what I'm trying to say though is, at the end of the day, it's still spiritual. At the end of the day, what appeals so much to the young people is that they want to do it. They're they get them curious and they're like, oh, I want to do drugs. I want to smoke the weed. I want to drink. I want to have sex. And that's what pulls them most of the time is the music. Pulls them to try to do it more, you know, things like that. And I mean, I don't know about you, but that's what pulled me too.
No, of course. Because like, I mean, it's just like Redimido said in one of his songs, you know. Redimido, he's a Christian rapper, Hispanic. He said like music, the beat is like the rap of the gift, you know.
Right.
But the lyrics is what's matter. Because like I can have a Drake beat right now and make a Christian album with his beats.
Yeah.
And it will sound as fire. But hey, I'm not talking about drugs. I'm not talking about sex. I'm not talking about having that type of fun.
Right.
So most of the people that listen to these rappers or artists, they're going to be like, oh, that's kind of lame. I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand, or they think, since like so much things they have in their head, they think that that's the only way to have fun, you know?
Right. That's so, and I think the fact that it talks about Jesus or something like that, I think it makes them like not want to listen to it anymore. Like not listen to
Redimido.
And that guy, and or just any kind of Christian music. Like it could, like you said, it could have the same beat, it could have the same fire producer, but like people won't like it as much. Even though maybe like Kanye West is only exempt to it because he became popular because of it.
Yeah, he became popular, but if you think about it, he became popular, but they judge him too much.
That's true.
He became Christian, and oh my gosh, all the lights are on him, waiting for him to fail.
Right.
He fails. He divorced
Kim Kardashian.
Oh my gosh, he divorced Kim Kardashian. This and this. Everything is going down since this happened.
Yeah.
And they kind of like blaming God for what's happening in his life. And we don't know what bonds he had in his life and what he have to let go, you know?
Right. And what he has to battle with.
Of course.
Anyway, guys, so this is our topic today about this. I have a few scriptures I want to share you guys before we end this, because obviously this is not just about talking about other people, talking about music, it's about Jesus, obviously. I don't know if you have any last other things you want to say before we transition to the Bible.
Well, I'll make that transition. If you're listening to this and you're from the world, you're welcome to this podcast. We love you, dude. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've been through. But, like, we love you and Jesus loves you. So, we've seen all the time. We've seen every day, you know? And we might listen to music that it doesn't help us a lot with it, you know?
Right.
But, like, at the end of the day, Jesus is the only one that can take us out of that place, you know?
Right.
He can show, like, Él nos puede hacer ver la realidad. He can take our ¿cómo se dice?
Our
blindfold.
Blindfold, yeah.
Yeah. He can take our blindfold off and show us real happiness, you know?
Right.
Not like that moment happiness that give you drugs or like the excitement of being there. It's not even happiness. You're just excited because you're there.
Right.
Sometimes it's not even happiness.
Yeah, sometimes it's not even. It's just that peace, I guess. Yeah, it's that peace that you feel in your heart, the peace that you feel from Jesus. It's like, it's a joy that doesn't go away. It doesn't fall. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It just, when you like do drugs or you look for the things and pleasure of the world, it goes away. And that's why I want to lead you to this scripture, the first scripture that I read. It should be appearing in the bottom. 2 Timothy 3:16. So I think instead of listening to the music, if you're a Christian, or even if you're not a Christian, you should be doing this. The Bible tells us that in 2 Timothy 3:16, it says, all scripture is breathed out by God and profitable for teaching, for reproof, for correction, and for training in righteousness. So like, if you're listening to secular music and you don't know where to find your happiness or where to find yourself, like, you know, joy, the Bible says that all scripture is breathed out by God. So it's literally the word of God, and you want to listen to something that's good for your life, something good that's going to breathe into your life, then read the scriptures. You know what I mean? It's going to teach you and correct you on what you're doing wrong. And maybe some people don't like that, but I think that's the only solution for your life to be fixed, to be healed from those things. I don't know what you think about that.
Well, I want to add something to what you're saying. It's like, if you're not Christian and you're like, well, the Bible is boring, this and this, I'm like, I want to give you an advice, you know? Like, sometimes people think it's boring because, like, they look in the preachings and they just put, like, some verses. But, like, if you read the actual story, though, like, you'll find how exciting and how sad or how is that people feeling, you know? Like, at least personally, I love reading, like, in general.
Right, just in general.
Yeah,
books.
just in general. But when I'm reading the Bible, though, like when I was reading about one of my preachings that I love, and I think I preached it to the youth. I preached it to the youth one day when I was preaching about Samson.
Right.
If you read that story, it's pretty interesting. It gets sad, it gets happy, like it gives you joy, like it gives you like ton of emotions.
Right.
And when people said the Bible is boring, I was like, you haven't read it, you know, because I know it's not, because like it has something for everyone, and for every day of your life.
So I highly for everybody. It has teachings for everything.
I highly recommend the Bible. Like,
I highly recommend it too.
There is big books speaking of mental health that they were based on the Bible.
Yeah, and I mean,
people don't even notice that.
Yeah, people don't even know the Bible, but you got to read it, learn from it, to show you like what's really wrong with all this music that you listen to, all this music that you think you enjoy, you know.
Because at the end of the day, you guys know how you feel. Like the day when you're like faking being happy or faking being rich or faking whatever you're faking, just at the end of the day, you really know how you feel.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you know how it really is in your life. You really know how it
You
is.
know we ain't lying.
You know we're telling the truth. But yeah, so I want to end this podcast with that note that I hope you guys seek God, seek Jesus, seek Him most of all things. Seek Him over your life, seek Him over your, everything and whatever you decide to do. What about you, Anderson? The last words you got?
Well, thanks for watching this podcast. I really appreciate you guys, and no matter what you're going through, like, you can bend your knees and pray to God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can pray to God, and He will listen to you, and you will feel that peace. Like, you have no idea. Like, whenever you don't have to be like, oh Lord, you can have a conversation with Him, like treat Him like your friend respectfully, obviously, but like, you're gonna feel that peace, because sometimes I'm praying and I'm like, you know what, I had a rough day today, and He already knows, but I'm like, me estoy desahogando con él,
right?
And like, cuando me desahogo, él me empieza a llenar con su frescura, with His joy.
Yeah.
So like, that's an advice that I have for you all. Praying, it's like a big thing. So
yeah, and so before we end this, just make sure you guys give us a like, subscribe if you're on YouTube, like it if you're on YouTube, and yeah, give us a comment if you guys like this live stream. Also, if you're watching recorded on YouTube, you can just give us a comment. We'll try to respond to whatever comment you have on this live stream. If you're on Facebook, also share it on your timeline, give it a like, give us comments on things that you guys, maybe ideas that you guys might have for any other podcast.
Yes,
and
give us some ideas for the topics.
Yeah, we would love to hear what you guys think of what you guys want to listen to. And other than that, I don't know if you got anything else to say, Anderson, before we get out of here.
Well, what can I tell you guys? Just have a blessed day, and like he was saying, thanks for joining us.
All right, yeah, thanks for joining us.